Hey guys, it's Ariba and Ken and little Miss Soraya, who just had dinner and she is like nice and messy for you guys right now. Tonight we thought we would share our nighttime routine with you guys, with all three of the kids. It is about 6 o'clock right now in the evening, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. All the kids just finished eating dinner. The two older kids, Aliana and Zayden, are just in their bed. They're just like having some iPad time. After dinner, they get usually about an hour on their iPads. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and start bath time for this one. Yeah. I'm gonna start by grabbing her little rubber bathtub, and I like to put a little seat inside so she doesn't slip around in there, and I keep the temperature at about lukewarm. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pump some bubbles right into the stream so that it gets nice and frothy. And Johnson's Bedtime products are 96% naturally derived, so these are pretty much our go-to products these days. Are you excited for your bath? Yeah, you are. We're gonna clean the stinky foot. So as soon as I put her into the bathtub, she's usually a little disoriented, so I normally distract her right away with some waterproof books or some of her favorite toys, and it usually works right away. So bath time is usually like a sensory experience for her. She's like learning, she's feeling new things out, she's testing the waters. So we definitely like to take our time in here and just kind of let her do her thing. And we'll start by taking a damp rag and just kind of slowly pouring water over her hair just to start getting her damp. And I absolutely have to stick to no-tear formulas for her bath wash. So I'm using Johnson's Moisture Wash from the same Bath Time collection. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of slowly rub it onto her scalp as it foams. And I'm just going to give her a soft little scrub on her scalp, and then just kind of work my way around her neck and the back of her ears. And a lot of food gets stuck right under that chin, so I'm going to give her a nice little rub there. And then we can't forget the stinky little toes that I kiss up all day. We got to make sure those are nice and clean for me. And now I'm just going to take some lukewarm water and just gently pour it on the back of her head and make sure that I get all of the soap off of her body. And then I'll usually just grab a rag and remove any excess water from her eyes so she doesn't get fussy, and we're pretty much done. We're clean for the next 10 minutes. It's not going to last very long, but we'll take it. Yeah. And then I'll usually run over to the washroom and start the bath for the other two kids. And usually Ken takes over in here while I'm back with Soraya. And I'm going to go ahead and start a little massage session for her. So from the same collection, I'm using their Bath Time lotion. And I'm going to take a little bit and just rub it into my hands and start massaging her body head to toe. She usually really enjoys this part. And Soraya just started crawling, so she's been zipping around this house all day non-stop. She's trying to stand, and like she's using all of these muscles and limbs for the first time. So I'm pretty sure, just like our bodies, her body gets pretty sore by the end of the evening. So I've noticed when I do these stretches, it definitely keeps her a lot calmer. I feel like her tiny little body must get so sore from being held all day and from sitting in strollers and high chairs and car seats. So I definitely like to take my time here and stretch her little limbs out and give her a nice little massage. It also helps her sleep a lot longer through the night. And she'll tend to usually fall asleep during this process most nights. But this night, our very handsome cameraman was pretty distracting, so we did not fall asleep during our massage tonight. The best part about having all the kids like so close in age is that they get to like go outside and play together. They eat lunch together, they eat breakfast together, they eat dinner together, they do bath time together, they do story time together, and then bedtime is together. So I'm not running around after like I'm not running in like two different directions, you know, like dropping one kid over here and then doing a whole nother routine for another kid. Right now, what's easy, I know, it's kind of easy just kind of having the same routine for all three kids. So I just got Zariah dressed, and now Ken is giving the other two kids a bath while I'm gonna just nurse her for a little bit. And once the kids come out of their bath, we're gonna start putting them to bed and maybe do a little bit of a story time. Okay, so now it's time for my personal favorite part of the evening. This is my favorite part of motherhood. It's time for me to start nursing her, and I just relax at this point in the day and just enjoy this process because I know it's not gonna last very long. And Zariah is kind of a little strange baby. She likes to stand while nursing. None of my other babies did this. It's super cute and awkward, but she literally climbs all over me the entire time. So this time in the evening, my goal is to try and get her to fall asleep. Tonight was not one of those nights. She was extremely hyper, and so were all the other kids. So once the two older kids are done their bath time, Ken and I will grab one kid each and start getting them dressed, and we'll start moisturizing their legs. As much as I want to massage Zayden, he's super ticklish. Zayden, don't laugh. So it never really gets done with him. And then at this point, I'll just start detangling Aliana's hair. And usually by the time I'm done detangling it and we're done story time and she's in bed, it'll naturally air dry on its own, so I don't have to put any heat or anything to her hair. Now for the next like 20 minutes, we're basically gonna try and get Zayden and Aliana to get into bed as they run around like wild monkeys. I found her! I found her! I found her! It's sleepy time! No! Yes! It's sleepy time!
Story time!
Sleepy time, okay?
A story time?
Yeah. And stay there.
No!
Stay there. Okay,
Hey,
come.
I put you in bed. Back in bed.
Okay,
Back in bed.
Story time, story time.
And stay there.
You
You ready for story time, Raya? So the kids start looking forward to story time right after dinner. It's probably one of their favorite parts of the day, and to be honest, it's kind of how I bribed them to getting into bed faster. We've been doing it regularly since Aliana started school last year. Back in bed. Back in bed. All right. Back in bed. Zayden, back in bed. And if Miss Zariah is still awake, she really gets into the stories and the pictures. And Zayden doesn't really have the attention span for story time. But Miss Aliana is really into it. And I find myself getting lost into the stories sometimes. They're actually quite entertaining. And at this point, once story time is done, we'll do a family prayer together and tuck the kids into bed. And Ken will give them a quick little peck on the cheeks. My goodnight kisses usually last a little bit longer because I usually keep going back for more and more and more and more and more. And if baby Zariah is still awake this late in the evening, it usually only takes a couple of minutes for her to fall right asleep at this point. And it's usually me that's also falling asleep, but most of the time I'll muster up enough strength to get her into her own crib. And she'll sleep here until about 3 to 6 a.m. where she'll wake up for about 20-30 minutes to be nursed. Crossing my fingers, she lets me sleep through the night. Good night, little mama. Sweet dreams, little angel. Another night down, Mohammed. So it's like 8:30 now. Can't talk too loud, I don't want her to wake up. We're gonna relax for about an hour or so, and then we're gonna fall asleep as well.
Gonna wake up tomorrow and do it again.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed our nighttime routine with the kids. If you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them down below in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys on the next one. Bye!